This study is headed by myself. Currently, I'm working in Institute of Tropical Forestry and Forest Projek, University Putra Malaysia, Sedang Selangor. At the same time, I'm also supported by other researcher, Associate Professor Dr. Nurhaiza Jamil, Eco-hydrology and water quality, currently working as a lecturer in Faculty of Forestry and Environment, University Putra Malaysia, Sedang. Dr. Muhammad Sofian Sulaiman, a hydraulic and hydrology modeling expert from Faculty of Science and Marine Environment, University Malaysia Terengganu. Dr. Razak Zakaria, expert in underwater mapping technology from SIM University, Malaysia Terengganu. In this project, myself as a head of this project, currently working in Institute of Tropical Forestry and Forest Projek, University Putra Malaysia, Sedang Selangor. And at the same time, this study also joined and conducted by Associate Professor Dr. Nurhaiza Jamil, an expert in eco-hydrology and water quality from Faculty of Forestry and Environment, University Putra Malaysia. Dr. Muhammad Sofian Sulaiman, hydraulics and hydrology modeling from UMT Terengganu, and also Dr. Razak Zakaria, an expert in underwater mapping technology from University Malaysia Terengganu. Here I will present also some project description, project member, grant information, study area, and project structure. This study is conducted in Ulu Muda Forest Reserve, which is here. This is an overview of Kedah from Google Earth View satellite image, which is sourced from NOAA satellite image 2020 image. Okay, this is Landsat TM 30 meter resolution. If everybody can see here from the above map is Kanga, go further down, you see Jitra, Alusta, Pendang, and so on. On our right side, we can see Slaid, Baling, and we can see in the red point Ulu Muda for a reserve. Okay, Kedah is a very unique state because you can see the district is distributed in Kedah, which is supported by a very huge water catchment. You can see Slaid on the upper left map, and the below down is Ulu Muda for a reserve, which is you can see Sungai Muda Basin, Ulu Muda Selatan, Ulu Muda Tengah, and so on. Catchment for Kedah State consisting of 3 catchment, which is Ulu Muda River Basin, Kedah River Basin, and also Merbok. Each of the basin have its own uniqueness and characteristic. For example, Muda River Basin approximately within an area of 4,300 kilometers square, and the smallest is Merbok River with only 410 kilometers square of river basin. If you can see also the length of river basin for Muda, it's very long, it's about 180 kilometers. This is very large. Kedah River Basin is nearly about 100 kilometers approximately, and also for Merbok is about 47 kilometers. Major tributaries for Muda is Sungai Ketil, Sedim, Sungai Cepir, Kedah River Basin, Sungai Pendang, Sungai Anak Bukit, and also Sungai Padang Terap. And for Merbok, only Sungai Terus, existing dam, Muda Dam, Embers Dam, Aning Dam, and Pedu Dam. And main canal and irrigation is Muda Barrage, Pelubang Barrage, Kedah Barrage, and for Merbok River Basin, Snow Dam for the basin. Okay, I also want to elaborate a little bit about the role of Ulu Muda in sustaining natural resources. As everybody know, beside we can see in the TV, in the newspaper, in the Facebook, social media, everybody goes for picnicking, having a natural view, breathing with a fresh air near by seaside, in the forest, in the lake. Therefore, we shouldn't forget that all of the natural resource should be maintained with a good management from all state agencies, NGOs, public. Everybody should put a hand together to maintain this area for our future and also for us now. So on the right hand is a wildlife found in Ulunda Forest Reserve during our field visit in 2018. A view lower down, view taken from drone in 2020. This image is credit to Introp JPSM team project, which is conducted in 2020 in consultation project. So if you can see here, I try to highlight some of the importance and critical of Ulu Muda Forest Reserve function. First, medical trees attracting pollinators. It's not just medical trees in this huge area, they also attracting pollinators to come and to breed all the plants. Okay, at the same time, with all the attracting pollinator, medical trees, timbers, herbs, it balance the biodiversity in this area. Within the biodiversity of non-forest and forest product, which is valuable for money and also valuable for sustaining the biodiversity and natural and also water resources of this forest. Okay, so at the same time, this forest also function as natural control of pests and disease. Okay, it's naturally cured. For example, animal, their habitat here, they use a natural remedies for curing their disease. And also cultural value. Besides, we are as a visitor and also as a researcher. Villagers here, they seen forest as cultural values for them. They see the water, the beautiful of the water as a breathtaking for them, or a refreshing of their emotional and so on. Okay, so as I stressed before, this area is a huge area for habitat. For example, for elephant, which is for gajah, for also for the pollinators, for the other wildlife, for the pigs, for the other types of wildlife, which is their life is here. If we remove part of this forest in any means, like extracting non-timber, which is like rotan, buluh from here with a huge amount, without sustaining it back, without plant it back, it will be impact this wildlife. Okay. So, as everybody know, water resources is very important. Nowadays, there are really huge news about the pollution in the water, pollution from the production from the forest, pollution from the chemical acid rains, chemical from the industry and so on. We have to take action now to make sure water resources that we're going to use is selamat, is secure for us, and also secure for the wildlife, and also for habitat for the organism in the water. Beside, just I said, Janet, beside of the functions of the Ulu Model Forest Reserve in sustaining natural resources, it also have a biodiversity richness and also ecotourism values. First, water resources. Mother website said that the Ulu Model Forest Reserve rainforest is a type of rainforest, is a natural heritage which is about 150 to 170 million years ago. Okay, related to many ecosystem services, which inclusion as watershed for the lakes of Ulu Model and also for Pedu. Okay, the precipitation, the rain that hit the land surface will finally drain into the river system through the runoff, which is goes to the process of filtration in interflow. So the forest surface, it should be protected to maintain water yield in the outlet of the catchment. If the water surface is not protected, it's degraded, it's left in a bare surface, our outlet of the catchment and also the river will be polluted. Okay, in the sense of sediment and so on. Therefore, at the same time, source of water should be ultimately conveyed into water treatment plants, irrigation scheme, factories, institutional or household. In ecotourism aspect, in the website that I take 3 important lakes and dams which is highlighted, Muda, Pedu and Ahning. So ecotourism, when we have dams, it will be an attraction to the visitors, in the local visitors, for the hikers, which is they want to see the good scenery in the morning. So they want to see, you can see it and find it in Muda, Pedu and also Ahning dams. So also Ulu Muda Forest Reserve, it can be placed to enjoy the nature environment by staying in Muda Resort. Okay, biodiversity richness. This is a very important aspect of element of Ulu Muda Forest Reserve. Besides, it serve as a place where state can using the forest as productions of timber. There are also non-timber forest product, which is very valuable for the villagers. In fact, it can be a remedies as a medical plants. Okay. At the same time, of course, wildlife need this area for their habitat. Okay. Picture by Zainuddin Ahad from 16 March 2019 in the Star newspaper, telling us that these Ulu Muda Forest Reserves have a good hot spring saltic along Muda River, which is a very unique area. I think if outside tourists came to this area, they will be very shocked with what we have in Malaysia. Okay, beside forest, we have forest ecosystem service value that we can value it, we can assess it. Okay, kita boleh menilai nilai dalam bentuk nilai dan dalam bentuk servis yang diberi dalam bentuk bukan nilai. Okay, first dia ada direct use value, which is consumptive and non-consumptive categories, which is for example kayu daripada hutan, rotan, bambu, perikanan ikan, makanan, what foods, medical plant, housing material, semua tu termasuk dalam direct that we can see, sesuatu yang boleh kita pegang, boleh kita rasa, boleh kita guna. Tetapi indirect use also sesuatu yang juga kita boleh guna, tetapi we call it indirect. So for example, fisheries, we can eat the fish, but at the same time, we need good water quality, we need a watershed, we need habitat for the fisheries to stay on. Okay, so we call that one direct use. So in valuing forest ecosystem, we have direct value and also indirect value. So all these ecosystem aspect, we have to keep on and maintain it in Ulu Muda Forest Reserve. So, okay. Now I'm going to give some information about this project. So this is project granted by WWF Malaysia, Worldwide Fund for Nature Malaysia. This project grant called Consultancy for Hydrological Modeling Study for the Ulu Muda Forest Reserve. This is under Peninsula Terrestrial Conservation Program, Protected Areas for Ulu Muda. And then the total fund is about 191,354 ringgit Malaysia, which is period commencing for this project started. It was started in 2018 and it has been finished. And then we are submitting the final report. So now is the workshop, which is we are presenting our final result of this project. Okay. This is detail of the project objectives. So I list here 6 important objectives of the project. So first, we want to identify the boundaries of Ulu Muda catchment. After that, we want to understand the current and future plan for land use activity within this area. At the same time, you can imagine that without water quality, without assessments of the land use of Ulu Muda Forest Reserve, we will never end. We never know about the whole of this Ulu Muda Forest Reserve. So for the objective 3, we want to assess the impact of different land use activity. So all the researchers, they went to the Ulu Muda Forest Reserve to assess, to conduct, and also to get the sample of water, to test to total suspended solid, turbidity, nutrient, and also to see other elements of solid in Muda Reservoir. At the same time, we want to determine the impact of future land use in the catchment area using hydrological modeling. Okay, in this study, we have applied future scenario until 2050 to determine the finding of objective 3 and 4. At the same time, in assessing the analysis of land use scenario toward affected parties. Okay, and then see at the same time, researchers need to obtain relevant information and to socialize finding to stakeholders. Okay, in this study, we socialize also, we do some meeting, okay, with different agencies and parties for the collaboration of data and also for this research. Okay, report project. In this project, finally, we came to 4 chapters, which is 1, water resource background in Kedah, water yield and sediment yield modeling, river water quality impact, and also land cover and forest density mapping.